Hello, traders. How are we doing today? Welcome. First stream of the week. Who do we have in here? Hemen, May Sound, Inigo, Lot More Crypto, Eric P, Christopher Hall, Cons. Everyone who is here, say hello in the chat. And yeah, we will make a start. So yeah, today's been quite a nice day to trade. I've taken a couple of trades that have been really good. So we'll cover those to begin with, and we'll go over a little bit of maybe more high time frame analysis. And what else can we do? We can see if there's any trades that might come up during the stream, probably more so on altcoins, so we can have a little look on those as we always do, and just take it from there. As you know how these things work. I'll just follow what you guys tell me to do. and decide what to do after that. So cool. Yeah, let's get started. So I want to start off just with the obvious, the trades that we've taken today. So earlier on, I've been waiting for these lows to be taken literally all day, and it was kind of frustrating earlier because we just took out these like little internal lows, which is fair enough. Okay, that was quite a decent low that got put in on the Friday, which gave us a reversal. So it's natural that you would say, okay, you're going to come down and take out everything else and just frustrate everyone that's waiting for, whoops, that's the wrong thing, but just frustrate everyone that's waiting for slightly lower. I think on a couple of exchanges, this low was taken as well, but not on any of the major ones. So then we had the bounce, and it was just before New York. No, it was at New York Open, wasn't it? It was around about that New York Open that we managed to take the short position because there was some good confluence with the S&P, the ES at that time, with a very similar setup and another short position that was very similar to one that we took last week actually during one of the streams. So we'll go over that. First of all, yeah, so this was the trade that was taken. I actually got in a little bit early on this. So we had an order block up here. And then because we had the open, we were just going into the open. I was looking to basically, just fade that first move from the New York Open earlier. So I got into this position basically about the same time as the entry that we're going to cover in just a moment. And then a few other guys from the crew, if we do pull this up, had a really good entry as well. So let me just bring up the Discord, and then you can see what it was that we were talking about. Oh, is that going to pop up? Who knows? No, empty. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? There it is over there. And we'll just make this a little bit bigger. Everyone can see. Let's do that. How's that? Looking good? No? Wait. Don't want to see who sent me DMs and that I haven't responded to. We'll just leave it like this. This will do. This will be fine. So yeah, we had the move up, and then this is where I had taken the scalp short, was as we came into the whoops a daisy. I am never going to get used to this. As we came up into, of course, that order block there. So I took the short, and then when we go down, Alessio, bless him, stopped out on one trade, but then immediately got into a really good one straight afterwards. And he was particularly looking for the trap value area on the 3 minute to re-enter. We got that. Okay, really, really nice. We got that, and that gave us an entry back in towards where there was some decent imbalances around there. So we managed to catch that entry really, really, really well. Again, that was the area in which we'd look to enter. You can see on the following candle, just getting straight in there, getting a really good position on that. And then straight away, again, what Alessio was saying, just the POC at the top. Continue this onwards. This is going to go over the S&P, the similar setup that we had, and I'll cover that in just a moment as well. And then, of course, we were all getting excited because we were looking for that daily open to break. It was holding the daily open for quite a while, and then finally we got that breakthrough. I was looking to take profit there at the POC. Okay, so good work, take profit at daily POC, and then what happened? We just popped straight into it, and then holding that low until the point in which we have a long position, and there we go, switch from short into long, and that leaves us to, well, here now where we are. So catching that short position, you can see really nicely how that worked out. Once again here, so this being the entry after this particular candle, like I say, I was in a little bit early. It's something that I quite often do, is get in maybe slightly early on positions. I've got to work on that a little bit, be a bit more patient. I'm always like over eager, but I've got to be a bit more patient sometimes. First of all, holding the daily open, then getting a second opportunity at that. As soon as we started to hold here, then once you lost that, it was just a clean sweep through, take profit one at that daily POC, and then continue to hold until we have taken out these lows. At that point, simple SFP of the Friday lows, which is what we had expected to happen. Okay, I can remember anyone who follows my Twitter or anyone who was in the crew, we were saying that, look, that's not the low. Okay, it was a poor low on the day. It wasn't particularly high volume. It's going to get taken out at some point, and that's what we've done. And on this occasion, yeah, SFP of the lows, easy opportunity to get in. It was literally limit orders because I was like, okay, how is it not going to bounce? It's a Monday. It's taken all this time to get down there. It's going to bounce. And actually, like, it was perfect. So you come through, you fill in all the imbalances that we made on the way down earlier from the first trade, and we had daily open there as confluence. So yeah, really happy overall with today's work so far. So good job, crew. Good job, anyone who had taken any similar trades. I see, what was it? Delirium says, yes, had the same trades as you on your screen. Well done. Floki is moving today. We might have a look at that in a bit. Did anyone else take any of these trades? Similar ones? Anything else that, yeah, where are you taking them? Because they've actually been, yeah, just a nice start to the week. Caught both longs today, but no shorts. That's okay. That's good. So yeah, this was you managed to catch this one. That would have been very nice. It was a little bit too early. I was working on the whole private KYC situation. Just finding like good doing the tweets and all that, so to hopefully help you guys out with that situation as well, which we can cover, of course, if people want to. So just looking at where we are at the moment, bit of a range forming. Okay, so we've just taken out some local lows, decent. That would be, so if you're just looking at this as, it's nice that we've had a bit of a V-shaped recovery. To be honest, from this, although I've taken profit on this long, it's possibly more of a swing long, or it could turn into more of a swing long. I think if we can get above that daily open, then we're looking once again towards the POC of the range, which is where we came into on Sunday, which again is, I have also got, well, had also taken a short from there. So over the weekend, there were a couple of trades that I did take each time we took the highs, because I was very confident that we were taking the lows. So this was basically just, you know, the long, the short that I had from 31K, because I'd taken enough profit on that already. This was now compounding that one. And once again, now that we've taken the lows, it's closing out of that somewhat and trying to get back into the swing long. So swing positions mixed with scout positions, but very similar kind of trading, just locally what we've got. So yeah, if we can reclaim daily open, then I would look towards taking out the weekend highs, because we've taken out the lows of the range. So yeah. I never make much sense, do I? But you know that from me by now. So Andy took the exact short. God bless the crew. Well done. Same trades, both stopped and both re-entered. So probably a similar situation to myself. Like, I didn't get stopped, but I was a little bit early on each of them. So yeah, something to learn from, something to journal. Wait for the order flow to match up with the candles and so on. Simon, exactly the same, but not clean entries. So again, probably very similar to what I did. Although the long was a much cleaner entry, the short wasn't the cleanest. Almost the same trades here, buddy, but I haven't noticed it until very late because there was no notification on Coach's Corner. You got to check the trading chat, yeah. Because it was one that we were looking for anyway. I don't like to just pump alerts out to everyone. You know how that is. Set your own alerts. I don't like, because if people aren't around, there's nothing more annoying than just getting like alerts pumping out on your phone. So, but yeah, I mean, unless it's something that we really need to do. But yeah, it was in the chat. I was cooking at the time that we went long anyway. I wasn't even at the chart, so I couldn't have alerted anyway. I was like, oh my god, cool, we've taken it, and then came back like about 10, 15 minutes after the low was in to give an update on that as to my position. So yeah, nicely done, everyone. I'm going to remove these from the screen. Actually, let's just make them a bit smaller so we can have these here. And you guys can see. If we have a look at the S&P, I did want to cover this as well, because you look on here, we'll do this on the 15-minute time frame. And it's really similar to what we had last week on Wednesday, which is another one I believe that we did trade. At least I traded this. I think this was in the trading chat, where we had a decent move up. And this has been doing it even at the lows. Okay, so you basically come into basic like repair imbalances on both the way up and the way down. So you have a little order block here. Price came down into that, bounced, came up into that gap that had formed. So you kind of a quick move down, you get the bounce, continuation. Looks like that might be around about the 1-to-1 as well there. So an additional bit of close to that 1-to-1. Bounces back in. You sucker in those long positions, thinking that you've got a market structure's been broken, bullish again. You dump, continue on with that same kind of thing. And then what did we do here? Forming this range, but between this high and the OBs that we had at the top there. So looking at just around about this area. Was this on the 30? I can't even remember. How did I... Yeah, there we go. So on the 30-minute time frame, coming into that, and again, a short opportunity there, which, surprise, surprise, where did it come back into? Is filling in these imbalances down here. So this is all the S&P is doing. And to be perfectly honest, right now, looks like a really good short position again on the SPX. So if you do want to take a trade like now, a short position looks fairly good. So we could actually, we might even cover this. So this is on the 5-minute, quick move down. There you go. Taking this. That gives you a trade that would look a bit like this one. So short from above these highs, invalidation around here. And you're looking to take it down into here. So in fact, let's just do that. Just following a similar kind of pattern that what we've had through the majority of the day, just trading this as a range and going from order blocks and liquidity down to the corresponding one. So yeah, decent little 3-to-1 trade, 3R trade there that could be taken on this. Looks even cleaner on the ES. They're pretty decent. So back to Bitcoin. So if we're looking for short on the S&P, then that might even correspond to Bitcoin now. So 5 minutes, cool. 5 minutes, pretty clean. Get an entry in there, and you do have. I don't like the. Yeah, you're only going to get like a 1-to-1 off of this, so you'd have to see if the order flows in your favor. But absolutely looking for something along these lines. Come back up here, drop, use the reference from earlier, and then use that as a platform to move higher. Would that potentially come in around golden pocket? Not quite, but that could use this low as your reference. And on the one, we might have just missed this. It might not get as high as we want it to go, but we'll see if, let's see if this will give an entry. So 27,400. We might have just missed it. Might be a little bit late to this one, depending if ES is going to get that move down as well here. But then that does give a zone. Let's put the 0.5 on, and let's see which one we prefer. Probably golden pocket. So probably this one, because you're then hit between here and here as two decent references that we have that then got swept. So if we can pull back, split the difference, 27,160, look for a long position from there, invalidation at this low. So again, if you haven't got into if you didn't get that SFP earlier on, or even if you did and you're looking for a compound position there, then see what happens. Something that takes you back up towards even these highs. So yeah, let's throw a load of alerts on and see if we can get anything to stick. So if we can come up to 27,400, that could be a decent short. If we can come down below 27,200, that could be a decent long. And then we'll watch what's going on as we get there. If we open up, the order flow here as well. So this was the additional confluence that we had for the short. So you see on the 3-minute time frame. So for all of you who want a little bit more information about the order flow that we had there. So we had the move up that came up into that order block, which is what we were looking for. Then we created some imbalances at the highs. Okay, so you can see them imbalances like right at the top of that. It was actually on this one that I entered. So really, really early. I did like what we were seeing there. And it worked out about the same entry anyway, because I was entering at the top of this, and you would have only entered a few dollars higher if you had been more patient on this, to be honest. But then you got the real nice confirmation with this, with trap volume up at the highs, imbalances up at the highs. The POC of that is at the top. The POC of this candle was close to the top. You tick back into that once, twice, holding that area. Daily open starts to hold, and then as soon as you break it, it's just that continuation further. You could have actually added to another short on the close of this candle that then takes you down towards this liquidity. So there's been different ways in which to trade this. In fact, segue onto something else for the way that I trade the New York Open on the 1-minute time frame. Is everyone following this? Am I going too fast? For the way that I trade the New York Open, I would actually have probably got a short position from here, okay, on the close of this candle, because you're looking to block out to form a range. And then once you have confirmation of that, you then can take that short, and you're looking to take that down just to take local lows. So for the actual open, just to get that first trade of the session, then I probably would have gone for this one. But because we were already looking at nice confluence there, golden pocket, order block, the order flow was giving us everything that we wanted to. We didn't have to just settle for this trade. We could get something a lot nicer from that particular setup as well. So different options, different ways to play this. And literally for that open strategy, you're just looking to take out local lows. So it would have ended up as a good 2-to-1 risk to reward on that one, which is half. Yeah, it's pretty good as well. There you go. Pretty decent. So I'm going to do that. There's another opportunity. So another just strategy that I use by taking that low. And that would have just been take profit. And eventually, like you say, we get the continuation lower. What have I done? There we go, down there. Anything else that we can look at on this? That was a lot of craziness. Nicholas, this is awesome. Good. I'm glad it's useful. Do naked weekly VWAPs work well like the daily ones do? I've not really got stats on it. Yeah, I've not really got stats on it, so I don't know. Is the honest answer there. Naked VWAP closes are something that I like if we have confluence, or if I'm just like, oh cool, we're there. If I just happen to notice we're there and everything's matching up, then it's been quite good. We can take a little look, because if you just look at the TPO, make sure everything's reloaded and fresh, because my computer's been asleep for the past hour. There it is. So oh, this is the other thing I wanted to say. The other confluence that we had for this low was, it was an MPOC. So we did get the bounce off of the MPOC, but again, it was more a case of just SFP of those lows, and whether the MPOC was there or it wasn't, then yeah, that's that. How can I just quickly show you the let's throw it on an indicator in here, and we'll have a look. We'll have a look at them. But I'm going to use inverse because that's a cleaner chart. We're going to go VWAPs. We're going to add the weekly onto this. And you got a weekly VWAP close that's all the way up here, 28,800. So if we do, I'm just going to set an alert on this. 28,800 is the POC. No, it's not. It's not the POC. 28 is the POC. 28,800 is a nice level anyway. There's a weekly view up close there. Bit of a reaction on the way down, but messy. I don't know. Difficult to say. Difficult to say without doing a bit more work on this. Yeah. Backtest it. If anyone wants to backtest it, by all means, do so. I don't know if I'm going to backtest it. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I guess that's part of my job, isn't it? I have to backtest these things and give you answers sometimes, because that's why I'm here. So yeah, we can check that out if I remember. Let's do a little bit of high time frame stuff as well, because we've found a couple of setups. So before we go on to altcoins, I just want to cover high time frame. So if we bring this up over here, I've added a little bit onto the chart. Look at that. Magic. All these levels pop up. So where are we at the moment? We've had a pretty big drop as we were looking for. Now, we only wanted that to go to 28k. We have quite significantly dropped below that by another $1,000. That's okay. So we were short from 31. We were looking for 28. We're still short from 31, although that's now averaged down a lot because I had barely anything left, and now I've compounded that. And yeah, I had attempted a long position that got invalidated when we lost 27,700. Once we lost that POC, that was invalidated, and then waiting for this, and now getting back into another trade here at 27. But what we have as confluence here that we can be looking for as levels is, if we're taking our anchored VWAP from this low, then we're basically right there. Okay, we've hit the NPOC from this little part of the chart. So Tuesday, must be Tuesday the 28th of March. So we've hit that NPOC from there. We're also close enough to this anchored VWAP from those previous lows. Let's bring it back up again. because I deleted it. Then if we're looking at if this is going to continue further down, which I don't really think it will, but we do have some confluence lower. If that is going to be the case, I think we're going to be able to get a bit more of a thing out of this before we look for lower. So maybe we bounce up into the yearly and then take it down. But if we are going to continue dropping now, then we do have to be aware of 24,300 to 24,400. That is going to be our yearly anchored VWAP. That also comes down and takes out these lows, or comes into the little bit of an order block that we had on the way up here. Value area low of this current range, maybe if we're looking at the yearly POC at this stage. You start to hit a bit of volume when we come down here as well. So yeah, I like where we are now. I do like where we are now. There's high time frame levels on here, but I think most of them are either suggesting that we are going to get a bounce from here, and this is just a bit of a deviation lower than what we were to expect, and then we can still be looking to go up towards 32, 33k after that, which was the original plan. Or we're looking at something quite a lot deeper that's going to take us back down, basically taking out these lows, running below that yearly VWAP for a little while, like we've done it in the past, so there's no reason why we can't do it again. And then looking at 24-ish K, that would be the halfway, the EQ of the year. So the midway point of this whole trend that we've had so far this year as support down there. So we'll wait and see, but like the lower time, the lower time frames rather than the high time frame stuff on the chart mostly. And yeah, Jack, you've answered the question yourself by saying you found it, but yes, hedge mode is how you do that. Yeah. We touched last daily MPOC. It's going up sooner than later. Do you mean the MPOC that we just showed a minute ago on here? Right, this one. From what exact day was it? March the 28th. Or do you mean that we've hit? Because I know we hit previous day POC, right? That was the bounce we had earlier. And that was what we were looking for to get a continuation lower. Yeah. We continue to see a lot of selling on perps, but spot is slightly more chilled. So if you want the most ridiculous bullish divergence in the history of the world ever, I mean, it's not, but it's pretty significant bullish divergence that we've got here on perps. Like lower delta now than we had when price was at 20k. Spot looking actually quite good. So spot have bought into this dip nicely. We've made a lower low, but the selling has somewhat subsided on there. We also have divergence from at least from like a closing perspective on perpetuals here as well. So I think, yeah, there's the potential that we could get a bit of a squeeze here. Let's see if we can build a good platform to be looking for those longs and see if there's opportunities for altcoins. Taking a couple of trades on alts, and we'll go over those ones. A time frame you want January high and 618 for the monthly single prints. Yeah. I think that goes, kind of goes with what we were saying. Like, we're either going to see a decent rally that can take us up towards that 32, 33 again here, or we're probably looking at a deeper retrace, and then levels in between are going to be quite tough to trade. But it's just really, really nice range at the moment to trade, so it's good. Yeah, thoughts on the current local low? I like it. I like it. We've been waiting for it. The buyback is good. We've clearly had a decent shift in that local market structure on the way down. We have had what you would say is a V-shaped recovery, but we've not yet taken out, like, we do have these lower highs to be aware of. So you would want to see those shifted, reclaim that daily open again, like it failed to do earlier on, in order to then start to push price higher. So yeah, ideally we come up here, we come down here, we build good support, and then we can use that as a platform to get a move up. I would like that a lot, if that can happen. If we do take out the lows again, then fine. I've got more bids down there. They didn't all get filled. I've still got 3 remaining that didn't get filled. So be it. I've compounded my short, so once again I'm in a position where I'm able to pay for those long positions. So not too bad. Yeah, cool. We'll wait for alerts hit on Bitcoin, see if there's a trade, and we can look at some alts or just ask away any questions that you may have. Also, like the weather, I'm British. The weather's like really weird today. It was so nice this morning. I know it was forecast to be horrible today, but it's like it's just tipping it down with rain outside now. Very sad. Overnight stop loss since you have bids lower. It's a swing position, so worst case scenario, I'm like flat between the swing short and swing long. How do you get those infos at the bottom of your chart? It's not available, unfortunately, on TradingView. It is a friend of ours, a friend of the channel's, who has created this, and I stole it from him. I didn't steal it, but yeah, it's just a really nice, yeah. What are your targets for your spot holdings of Aptos IMX? Whew, difficult one. Oh my god. Okay, we're about to hit this alert. This is the short. Bear with. Where's daily VWAP, by the way? Hey. All right, that's coming in at a good level. Are we maybe looking at this right here being a short position? I'll go over spot target. I don't. Dog sneezing. I don't have like targets as such. I just this is the short. I mean, it's option 1. It would have been nice to have seen this go a little bit higher. Open interest so flat. This is another thing that we said last week. Like, it's just a wasteland out there. It's great. It's really, really like quite enjoyable to trade. Like conditions like this, after you have just absolute carnage and death of the market, are really, really nice to trade. So yeah, we're in a situation now where we've just got another entry for a short. So that we're hoping to take down. What did I say earlier? It was 24,200, wasn't it? So we've come up into close enough to 24,400. There is trapped volume up at the highs there. Although we didn't take out that high and come into this, which would have been preferable, right? Just coming up here above 24.4, we do have basically like that low that then got lost, that they were then coming back in to test, coupled with chat volume with the highs, creating those imbalances. So because we're low volume at the moment, that might be about as good as we get. One of those that you probably just had to just make a decision when you saw this happening. Are you planning on trading on the copy trade account again, or do I transfer my funds to my trading account? I'd like to see what happens with Bybit after the switch to KYC. Also because, yeah, I never really liked the UI on that. I did it for a little bit and just, yeah, wasn't particularly fond on it. Again, that's kind of a I don't know question. I think it's one of those things where if I do find that I've got time to do copy trading again, then I would consider doing it again, or if enough people are interested. But the problem with doing copy trading is I'll probably have to then take something else out of my routine, because otherwise I'm just rammed. And if I'm trying to put brain power into copy trading, and I'm not like really, really, really like on the ball, then I'm just going to lose all of your money, because you can't like half-ass something like copy trading. Otherwise, it's dangerous. Yeah. So maybe short bursts of it when there's good opportunities for that. Otherwise, I just go, you know what? I'm just going to be a YouTuber. I'm just going to do copy trading and all of that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the honest answer. Again, it's probably just a time restraint, and I won't be able to concentrate enough on it. But might come back in the future at some point. Do you? I think you mean, yeah, ladder your entries because of your position sizes are so big. My position sizes aren't that big. I'm not like a big whale. But or do you just do it to make sure you get somewhat of an opinion and average at the lows? So it's there's two different styles. Like if I'm just day trading, I just have like a set position size, and it's just like one position. There's not really like laddering in or anything like that. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to pick the opportunity to. Are we going to get 27.4 now? Come on, you can do it. Yeah, it's just you pick your entry, you stick to your entry, you know your position size, you know your risk, and then you move on from that. So if it ends up in a situation where I didn't get the perfect entry, like I did earlier, but I wasn't invalidated, then it's just you're not averaging and you're just taking the trade and letting that happen. Here we go. Okay, 27.4 done. Now this is one we can actually trade. So just hold my thought for a moment, and I will get back to that whilst we watch this. So now, here's your high. Okay, just taking it. So come back into these. So imbalances that were made on the way down. Yeah. There's no reason to enter at this stage, because that was quite a strong close on that candle. So you'd expect that high still to get taken. I'm also waiting. I'll finish. There we go. Cool. There's the alert. Now, Now we try and short it. There you go. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but open interest is up, longs are up. Would have been nice if that candle had lasted a little bit longer, but yeah, this is short. So there we go. We may end up with a situation where I'm a little bit early on this and there's a better one. But for the sake of this, paper trade it right now. Close of that's decent enough, and just allow for a little bit more wiggle room up towards the VWAP there. Just from a TA perspective, the order flow wasn't great, but all of this is like super low volume. We're just dying off in volume today. So like comparatively to earlier, there's going to be less opportunity here to read the order flow rather than, yeah, probably just have to stick to the technicals. If it takes out the high again, it would be better. What you ideally want to see now, and this is again like I did earlier, I was a little bit early on it, but I just wanted to get into the position and take it in 2 stages. What would be great, come up here, get some volume caught and a bit of a wick below. So what you'd like to do is get a close somewhere, if this makes sense. You want to close your candle somewhere below here, but you want to come up here, and this is where you want to trap some volume, and you want to find your value areas up here as well, yeah? So if we are going to come up again, this is where this is the proper one, where you can then get that, and then you'll have another entry down here somewhere, if that makes sense. What would invalidate your bullish thesis for market direction over the next few months? I don't know, because I mean, realistically, getting caught back within value area of this range, probably. So if we do get properly trapped and caught below 24k, so if we spend a bit of time, daily closes, weekly closes below 24, it's okay if we sweep it, like just take out those lows and bounce. But if we do lose 24, or like let's say 23,400, and we end up just like, if we do something like this, then it does start to look really bad. I think it's highly unlikely. Like I can say with like as much confidence as I would have on any like, yeah, any trade, that I don't think we're taking out these lows again. But yeah, if we were to come down here, I would think maybe macro double bottom scenario is something that we have to be looking at. Bear, no, you don't need to use a VPN for Bybit in the UK. It's fine. So the only restricted, I posted a link earlier on. So if anyone wants to look at the announcements on here, I can go over this as well quickly. Whilst we're waiting for this, we'll just pull up the Discord again. So if you guys are unsure about the KYC situation or anything on Bybit, overall, I think it's a really good thing, and it's something that all exchanges are going to be switching towards. Okay, it's inevitable. This is just the way that this market is evolving. If you trade legacy markets, you're going to have to do KYC. If you trade crypto, you're going to have to do KYC. So unless you want to do DeFi, it's going to happen. It's going to be inevitable. So don't delay it. Don't just quit. Don't keep switching between exchanges. Just do KYC. All of the information is there. Bybit are not reporting it to the other authorities. Okay, it's just a regulatory thing. It says specifically on the announcement that they made that there is no reporting. It is encrypted data. They are not sending it to anyone. Okay, so that is there in the thing. So you don't have to worry about the IRS or the HMRC or things being given reports of your trading. That is your responsibility to do that. However, that's just how the announcement is. You don't know if that's going to change in the future. But I have posted some stuff here. Of course, we do have 20% off of fees on Bybit. So if you are wanting to trade on the exchange, or you want to do KYC on the exchange, we do get 20% off fees. You can also shift your KYC. So if you have an account that is already KYC'd on there and you want to shift that into an account where you can take advantage of a reduction in fees, then you can do that. If you do want to switch to another exchange, I use BingX, I use MEXC. It's pretty good. If you want to use a DEX, then I use Apex. Again, all the information is on the Discord announcement that I made earlier on today for that. These are obviously referral links, which means we do get a minuscule little amount of the trading fees that are there. Maybe that's something just for yourselves. If you want to support the community, you want to support what we do here, that's something. We are working on ways to reward anyone who is under our affiliate. So of course, last month we did the discount coupon. We are working on other ways to reward anyone who is signed up to the affiliate on anything. And I think it's here, isn't it, that it says where the restricted countries are. But if you do look at the link, it gives you all the information. There are restricted territories. I think it's mainly just like the US, China, and a couple of other places as well. So yeah, nothing to get worried about. Nothing to be worried about. What I think will happen as well. So this is why I say don't just I mean you can't really delete your account anyway. Like by all means withdraw. I would imagine that after this KYC thing has happened, you're probably going to find that certain regions lift restrictions. I don't want to speculate, but it's probably quite likely the USA will open up, because they wouldn't be doing this. Like, they're open in most places in the world that have significant trading volume, apart from mainland China, apart from Singapore, which is weird. They don't have a license in Singapore, despite the fact that they are a Singapore exchange, and the US. So I would imagine that those territories will start to get lifted because they make KYC mandatory. You'll be able to then trade on it in the US again. I'm not going to say it's definitely going to happen, but I would imagine that a few days after the 8th of May, so sometime next month, they'll make an announcement to say, okay, the US has now opened up because we are now complying. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Wasn't anything to worry about at Binance either until they blocked UK users from futures and earns. I know. I mean, there's always another option out there, isn't there? So. It's a little bit frustrating having to keep switching between different exchanges and stuff, but it's not that difficult. And it's always worth having those exchanges open and doing your KYC and doing all that stuff. Like, even if you can't trade in it for a while, or you don't want to trade in it for a while, like, KYC an account, just trade on it if you want to. Don't trade on it, whatever. You may as well just KYC it though. You get better fees if you KYC. You get better everything if you KYC. Follow the rules. Well, this short is being a silly Billy. WW, compliance without reporting. Oh, you mean like for what I was saying about them not automatically reporting? I mean, yeah, like there aren't many exchanges that do automatically report. You got to think about it this way. It's like they do it from a compliance point of view. So if someone is blatantly breaking the rules, laundering loads of money, or like evading whatever, or you've got some criminal on the run or something like that, then there is a record on file of that particular person, and maybe the IRS or the FBI or whatever could go to Bybit and they can say, okay, we need the details on this customer. But they're not going to go, okay, we've got X million amounts of customers. We're just going to throw all of your data towards these government entities, because that's just going to overwhelm those places, isn't it? And it's just think about it like from a, I guess, a common sense point of view. It's yeah. Unless you're like blatantly being a bit of a dickhead, you're probably okay. No in silico for BingX, and silico will be coming on BingX will be on Teal Street soon, so look out for that one. How's the liquidity on those other exchanges? Seems like those smaller exchanges have really light books, so spreads might be really high. So on BingX, you don't have to worry about that. They're more of a broker than an exchange with liquidity, so they use external liquidity providers, meaning that you're more paying a fee for the spread rather than the price of opening a trade. That would be on their standard futures. There is like another futures thing on BingX that is more of them as an exchange, and the liquidity is not quite as good. But like, we can go on to BingX here. If I go BTC USDT and we go BingX, it's actually a lot of the time. Why is this not? Always disconnects me. Where, I can't find it. Oh, what am I doing wrong? Hold on. Where's it gone? Just not dox myself. Cool. Back we go. BTC on BingX. There you go. So look at the liquidity. Okay, so the low on this, it's nice because it shares liquidity with other exchanges. So often you actually get less in the way of wicks. So look at the way that the candles look on here. Then look at the way that they look on here. For example, it's the liquidity is good. And then, for example, let's take a low an exchange without much liquidity. I don't know. And then you can see how messy it is on there. Poloniex. See, that's scrappy as hell, right? The liquidity on Poloniex, for example, is nasty, but on BingX, you're not going to get that issue. So you don't want to trade on something like that Poloniex. That's ugly. That's really really ugly. How can you trade that? Is like, especially a trader like ourselves, you're not going to get filled on that shit. But BingX, for example, clean, tasty, clean, good. It all works. It's like almost identical, right, to the way that the Bybit chart looks. Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. You get bonuses for trading volume there. If you sign up with our link as well, you get a $200 free trade. Then you can get additional bonuses, all of that kind of thing. Again, the information is there. I think it tells you on the sign up page. Stuff. I don't know. I can't remember everything. New York closing. It is. Who remembers what happened like the second New York closed on Friday night? It was great, right? New York market closed on Friday night last week, end of the week. Where was it? Here we go. Oh. And then we just like completely. Oh no, we melted down before then. We were already melting down at the New York close, but then we took the low again. Yeah, afterwards. That's the one. KYC still seems to be a little more than. Yeah, yeah. Not going to comment, but it's not a foolproof system, that's for sure. Because I don't think the exchanges really care too much for it anyway. Renko, don't hate on me for being cheap. Is there a discount for joining the crew soon? So, we don't have anything at the moment running. However, the last promotion we did was 30% off if you do sign up to one of our affiliates and you deposit a minimum of $100. If that is something you are interested in, because like I said earlier, we are working on like more permanent ways to reward those of you who show your support by trading on these exchanges with us. If a 30% discount is attractive for yourself, then do just drop us a message on the website and or on Discord, and we can probably make that happen. But that's if you're signed up on Bybit or BingX, in order to just support with us giving you discount. We help you with discount, you help us with a little fraction of those trading fees if you are to make trades on those exchanges. I think that's a fair bet, right? A fair deal, not a fair bet. There's probably a really good marketplace out there for forged KYC documents. But yeah, then you are like, if you do that and you fake that stuff, then you are like I say, common sense. You're probably then going to be one of the people that the IRS and all those kind of things start targeting to be like, hey, wait a second, why are you being a dickhead? Like, just do legit KYC. Why are we talking so much about KYC? I'm probably going to get flagged like a million times on this stream, and you should not say that word. Luke, what's the biggest BTC position you made? Um, so yeah, probably like just two Bitcoin. That's what the long was from 20K. That's what the short was from 31K. That's what the long, not completely filled. I'm at 1.5 on that. But yeah, I get really scared if I go above like honestly like two Bitcoin position. I'm a bit more on USDT, but if I'm yeah, yeah. I don't go like yeah, big size. I don't know if I'd like to say if I go more. Two Bitcoin's the biggest that I've shown on a stream. Let's say it that way. I'm not one of those that goes, okay, we've got this like $1 million position open. Two Bitcoin I show on screen sometimes. So yeah. If I end up aping into something, you might not know about it because I then get too scared. I don't care about KYC. I lost over 20K the last year. I mean, that's the thing. If you're making a loss all the time, who cares if if they're sending all of your trading information to the tax authorities? You can just claim it as capital losses. So it's all good. Like you can just chill out and like doesn't matter what you do. If you're a shit trader and you're making a ton of money from another business, you can just claim it as a capital loss and then you're golden. It's like, oh, I lost a load of money. I'm just playing around with it because I made $1 million with this other side business, but I lost 500 grand of it. So can't tax me, can you? It's like, I don't know. Sometimes losing's not the worst thing in the world. Have you already taken profit on the short? No. No, I haven't. It's not really doing anything yet, is it? It's barely worth it. Um, Loud noises. What loud noises? Stupid thing is going to stop me now, isn't it? Because I didn't take profit. Jamshed Raja. Hello. Welcome. Are you new? I'm not sure if I've seen you here before. If you're new, welcome. Hit the like button and subscribe. You already subscribed if you're chatting here, so that's a good thing. You little piece of dummy. This is probably going to be the better entry that we were talking about. Okay, we wanted it to come up here. Thanks, Bitcoin. I said I didn't take profit, so now it's going to stop me out. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop repeating all the comments you guys are making on things that will probably flag this stream up to stuff. Let's watch this. 27,420. Look at that. We got 20 seconds left of this candle. I think this is now the better entry. So, not invalidated on the short. This is what I mean. I always just go in a little bit too early, and now you get a better opportunity. Okay. So now we have a better confirmation. if we are to take out that 27,440 high now, so at this point, good entry. Okay, the one that we had before, fairly weak entry. Okay, not the best. This one, more solid. Okay, so if you can get a thing here, now we're looking at an invalidation from the initial idea or this same idea, because we're at the same point in the chart, right? Literally the same area. Okay, so now that high is the invalidation. We take out that high, stop gets hit. So that's the one that you want. If we just want to use this as paper trade, for example, I know it was impatience, because who knows if we're even going to get the trade afterwards. But that's kind of what we're looking for. With now, actually, that's decent enough to go take profit 1. If you want to go take profit 1, take profit 2, and then if we do come below 27,200, you're looking at that as closing and then looking for a long position. So if this high is taken, we get stopped. If this low is taken, we make money. So if this high is taken, taxman's going to come and get you. If this low is taken, you're going to make a nice little loss to claim as expenses once you've done your KYC. It's a win-win situation. Did you take the long from the Friday bottom? Yes, I did. I did. Dominic, it will be a joy to have you in the crew. Thank you for your coming. No, your coming. That's a weird word to say. Thank you for your impending through joining thing. Yeah. We're doing a London trading room tomorrow, so you might want to do that nice and early, because we'll all be trading nice and early tomorrow morning, 9 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. UTC, 9 a.m. UK time, 8 a.m. UTC. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Might scare him off. I can be pretty full on. Yeah, I'd say we make some good trades. We make some good trades in the crew. So yeah. Yeah. All right. How's it going? This is where we're probably going to make a loss, though, aren't we? It's like we're saying that we're pretty good, but yeah, we'll probably lose out here. Who was it that just mentioned VWAP? We could go a little bit higher. Yeah, we've not run it the other side of VWAP. This is I don't think VWAP's really very valid today. It's not a VWAP kind of day. It's there to add to the goodness of this trade. But it's not really a VWAP kind of day. So we'll stick with what we got. We're ticking back into that nicely. We got the entry, but no, it's in the box. That's where we drew the box. That's where your entry would have been. Yeah, it's okay. CBD does look good. Yeah, we're getting some bearish divergence up at these highs. Aggregated at least. So we do have bearish divergence. EVD weakness. No, the other one. Absorption. Do you ever incorporate the moon cycles and moon positions into your TA? No. Not that I don't like. It's more of a thing that we just like. It's kind of funny when that happens. Oh my god. Oh, what happened? It's gonna do it again. It's like. So we're gonna do the VWAP. Hasn't even hit the alert. Previous day value area lows up there as confluence. This trade. I mean, this it's not. If that alert goes off, I'm clicking the close button. But the alert's not gone off, so I'm not clicking the close button yet. We're there. We're at the VWAP. We're right on it. Once we get stopped, we'll look at some alts. It's going to be one of those like three tap things, isn't it? And it's going to reverse as soon as we get stopped. I know it's cool. I've got to remember I'm in like a long position that's like literally 5 billion times bigger than the short that we're about to get stopped on, so it's okay. Benji. What? Oh my god. Let's just look at some altcoins. This is just taking forever. Throw some alts at me. Wait for that alert to get hit. What's going on with Ethereum? We're in like the buy zone again. ETH was didn't trade it, but like look at the lows that it took out, which it didn't take out on Friday. Ethereum could be a seriously good long here. There you go, stopped. Moving on. Up, yes. Aptos, first of all. Because look at this. I'm long. Long on Aptos after taking out the March lows. So that's the first one. This is like a great reaction. And it was a really, really nice trade to take. So Friday we hit the low, didn't take out those significant, major, massive lows from this whole range that we've been in. Yeah, didn't take that out on Friday. So a bit of a no-brainer. One of those trades that you just go for. You take it out. Yesterday evening, I posted this again in the Discord. So for all of you guys, that was a nice setup there on a Sunday night. There's other really good stuff going on with alts. like OP coming back into, we'd done all of these trades earlier and got that like real nice take profit off of this. But again, you're just taking out these like really significant lows and looking solid, like looking really solid. Do we have divergence? You got like MACD divergence. I even threw a MACD back on here because we've had such a big drop, such a big dip, that these like MACD bullish divergence things are really quite useful. Render took the short position, if you remember last week on the live stream on Render. That hit take profit one. I think it's looking kind of strong. This, for me, honestly, was just one of those that I want to buy more spot on Render. I like the token, so by shorting this, by making like 500 realized profit, and then I've still got like another 500 unrealized profit to go on this. It was able to $500, not 500 Render. That's actually not far off though, is it? Because it's only like $1, whatever. I was able to buy a bit more Render with that. LDO, decent, taking lows again, like major lows that have been taken. Stink bid time, yeah. So you hit into those stink bids and you get good entries on them. So you got some options. GMX, I'm still looking for lower. I want to see it come down here below $65. What are other people asking for on the chat? Woo Arb, go. Arb. I haven't traded Arb for a while. That one clearly didn't work out. But look, it's like, oh, it's such a nice little drop that we've had. You would say that it would have been better if this had just gone a little bit lower, down towards like $1.26, but you're so close to that, and the upside potential on this is really quite good now. Again, 4 hour charts, decent. You got them bully bull divs on the Mackie D's on there. You got, what else were you saying? Woo. Oh, that spot. Bully divs on the Mackie D's and on the RSI again. For the 4 hour, use them. Look, and just go like support and resistance. Super simple. There's a little point. Like, just stink bids. Stink the hell out of your bids when you get drops like this. If you want to do spot buys, like, stink bid it. That by that I mean like bid where you think when price is up here you're never gonna get an opportunity. Like these are really good, and this has happened on Woo previously. So let's say you're in this uptrend, okay? You're in this uptrend and you're building like good solid stops on the way up. So you have a nice gradual move, then you start to push out of it. You put in a low, you impulse up, you put in another low, and you impulse up again, right? If you get the opportunity when price is up here to go, okay, where's the liquidity here? Where do I want to just bid this, buy this because I like the project and I'm looking at something long term? You go for those lows, price comes down, you sweep them. You probably would have gone like DCA in from around here to here, because then if you're looking from a like Elliott wave perspective or something, I don't know. Maybe that's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's not because that's way too big for one. But you get the idea. And then again, you get these situations. You create big imbalances on the way up. Really good buy. This is not really the same situation. You're not going to want to take out these lows because then it starts to get bearish and then you're breaking structure. But for this, you're looking at that as being like cool sweep and continue. LDO, we've been talking about this scenario of taking out these lows, starting to take out some of these lows. So if price comes down even further, you've taken out 1, 2, 3 of basically 6, I guess, lows before you get into this section of the chart here. And that's from quite a long way, like that's quite a long way back. So from all the lows within this range, you've taken them all out. And now you can continue to trade that range. That's a bit of a different phase within the market. Stink bid. That's that's what I use for it. I don't know why I call it that. I heard it someone say it sometime. IMX, like you take out these lows, get an opportunity to run price below it. Blur, filling in imbalances, these kind of things. Like we're still in a downtrend, you've got to be aware of that. Like that didn't work out, did it? Yeah, they're there. They're decent. What? Sorry, I'm just looking at things that I'm wanting to look at, and not what other people are telling me to look at. FTM. Okay, so on FTM, so although this looks good, you've got liquidity up the highs there, and then you're going to hold it again. So you're maintaining this structure. The issue I have is it's not really got like we've seen on other things, where you've got a really clean. Is there an example on these obvious ones? This, where you've got like a really clean move up. So on Solana, for example, you've come back and you've really. This is good. Look at that. Oh yeah, I'm sure that was the short we took on the stream. Yeah. When you come back into this kind of thing, that looks good. On the likes of FTM, you've not so much got it. So although you are at support and you're right down the bottom, so if you're looking again on the 4-hour, you got the RSI there, divergence is looking good. You've got, it's not an order block, but it's a block of stuff, volume down there at the lows. It's decent. But I think for me personally, no, you do hold on this. It is one that does hold quite often. So again, you're looking at like an area of support. You're looking here, OB support. It's stepping up like that, isn't it? So if that was to start to get lost, and then you start to close below here, then you're looking down here at the next area in which you would want to start bidding for this again. So maybe FTM gets a bounce here. I wouldn't say that's a bounce that would take you towards new highs, but you could get something like this, and then maybe you'd want to look for something like that, and then you continue to trade this as a range like that looks a bit more like that. Yeah, it's probably just like not quite good enough for me to go, okay, that's going to blast off towards like new highs again. So I probably think there's more shorts to be had on this at some point. Yeah. Can you even TA Pepe? I don't know what. There's so many of these Pepe tokens. It's there. I mean, if I have to have a quick look at it. It's ridiculous, right? 4 million% up. Why? Don't buy this. Please don't buy this. It was this one, wasn't it? Look at the state. Oh my god, it went higher. So 5 million%. So yeah, like short it back down to 0, I guess. Are there futures on this? Can you short this? Spot, tether, is gate spot, Pepe tether. At some point, it's going to be a great short. But the thing is, even the problem with like shorting, I know there's like a massive temptation to short something that's up 5 million%. Yeah. But you can't get 5 million% out of a short. You can only get 100% out of a short. So it doesn't matter if something's pumped by 10% from its open and you short it back to zero, or if it's pumped by 5 million% and you short it back to zero, you're only going to get 100% on it. So it doesn't matter how much a coin's pumped. It doesn't make it any more attractive than trying to short anything. You can only get 100% from a short position. If something goes to zero, it's still 100%. That's the nice thing about longing on altcoins, because you can actually outpace that and you can get more from it. So, yeah. Things can go up a long way, but they can only ever go down to zero. You can't go below that. So, and hey, you're never going to get a better trade than the one that I took on Luna 2 years ago. No, last year. This time, around about this time last year. It must have been around about this time last year. From $118.50 to zero. To zero. Luna USDT. Where is it? I know it doesn't really exist anymore. $118.50. Does it exist? Is it anywhere? Can you still get this? Yes, $118.50. Up there. Short position. Taken live on a stream with a guy who likes Luna. To zero. You're not going to beat it on Pepe, I'm afraid. It's not going to happen. You can't do it. That's too good of a trade. I was too good. I didn't actually short it to zero. I shorted it until my trade got forced to close. I think it was like 18 cents or something like that. Did we look at Scamcoin Supreme Arb yet? Greg, how dare you? How dare you? I like Arb. I've got some spot. I hope it's not Scamcoin Supreme. We did look at Arb briefly. I mean, I don't even know what Arb is. No, of course I do. It's the layer 1, isn't it? Layer 2, sorry. I didn't really look at it very closely. It's probably not worth rewinding for. I tend to skim when it comes to altcoins. Is there like anything that there's apart from like it's all 4-hour divergence. It's all like basic stuff, right? Real simple stuff. 4-hour divergence on the RSI, the MACD, having taken out liquidity or having retraced like through massive imbalances, and you've got like golden pocket and stuff that's going on a lot of them. Doge, for example, you're right there. Okay, you've recovered all of this. Yeah, you're a really good like point here to be looking at spot stuff. That's generally what I do when you get this kind of thing. You're looking for those 4-hour divergence thingy's playing out. Actually, 4-hour. Sorry. There you go. So it's there on the RSI. It's there on the McDonald's, and then you I mean, take it back up to here, take it up to here, see what happens with it. Are we thinking algo is just dead now? Every time I look at it, it gets lower, but I mean, it's a range. It's the same thing, yeah? You've got, if you like trading order blocks, what's the harm in going for it? Because your invalidation is just losing that. You're not going to lose much from it, and then you're aiming for up here. So although you might not get the highest probability out of these, and you may end up sweeping these lows and going much lower, if you're trading an OB, let's say take it all the way down to the bottom, allow it to take out those lows. If you're trading an OB, I'd normally suggest that. But you've got, just by coming up to the next one above, you're a decent R on that. If you're looking at that, then taking out the highs, having made a higher low, you make a higher high, you're looking okay. So I know with altcoins we have very much like a long bias. It's nice to look for some shorts as well, but yeah, there's some good stuff out there. Dot, for example, if it can just, I mean, on Dot, if there was a situation where we can just take out these lows again and hit into these ones. So let's say like $5.60. If we could get that on Dot, it would look really good. What's Bitcoin doing? Knew that would happen, didn't we? Stupid thing. What do you think of XCN USDT on Bybit? Let's have a look. After this one, I'm going to do, I mean, I'm going to wrap it up soon. This is an hour and a half. We've been live. It's quite a long time. I'm kind of tired. Onyx coin. XCN, Onyx coin. XCN. Oh. Ew. Ew. What the? Oh my god. Oh, the volume's okay. Oh, what? This is like, I bought some. No, I took a long on something called Core USDT. This almost reminds me of that. I don't know. It looks good, but that's because everything looks good and everything looks like it can bounce. What could you potentially get out of that? Not unreasonable to suggest that you could get 100% move up, 200%, but look, honestly, it's just collapsing. It's picking up volume, which is a good sign. But what else is this on? If this is something newer, what Coinbase said? All right, so you did pick up some decent volume around here, and now this is dying off again. Onyx coin. Let's take a look at it. We do like to do this sometimes. What is it? OCN. Huh? XCN. Oh, can't type, can't spell, can't do nothing. Correct. I'm going to answer that in a minute. Hold on. What are we doing? Let's just bring this up. Also, as we're here, if there is anyone new and you're interested in checking out more about or learning more about our community, if you're interested maybe in joining the crew, then do go and check out tauruscrypto.com. Okay, you can join the crew. It is only $99 per month. You get discounts if you sign up for a few months in advance. Yeah, and you will learn things and stuff. And we do live trading. We're doing a live trading room tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. UK. 8 a.m. UTC. But yeah, Onyx, which is what I was going to talk about. What do the tokenomics look like on this? What even is it? Website is awful. So it looks like trash to me. I have no comment. I don't know. It looks. There's nothing like that massively stands out as a red flag immediately. Like unlike we looked at something last week and it like, what was it? The GPT thing. Yeah, we looked at CGPT and I was like, this looks. Oh no, it was just GPT. I think we said GPT looks horrible, but CGPT looked decent. And someone was asking about this, thinking that GPT was a good buy, and I was like, nah, it looks like absolute death. And then we see it. We were here down another 50%. Whereas CGPT we liked. I haven't looked at this chart at all, but we said that looked a little bit better. And it's at least not down very much. But we looked at GPT and there was like horrible tokenomics on it. So there's not like a massive red flag on this Onyx thing, but yeah, doesn't look great. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the stream on Greg's got the last question. So would you rather admit on live stream that Daniel's the best trader or lick BitBoy's sweaty armpits after he does one of those angry aggregated live streams about Gary Gensler? Well, obviously, this behind my back, Daniel's the best trader out there, isn't he? I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so. At least I don't have to lick BitBoy's sweaty armpits. I've admitted it on stream. I mean, he's just too good. He's better than anyone else in the world. But yeah. On that note, where please don't clip that. Like, I'll sue your ass for defamation or whatever if you do. That's something BitBoy does, isn't it? Or something like other people would do. So then I'd be like both of them. But yeah, Greg, I'm going to say that you're the second best trader in the world as well, because there has to be a second place. Thank you very much for I don't even know if you trade. You just come in here and troll my stream sometimes. Yeah, thank you everybody. This has been enjoyable. I will be back again on whenever I said I would be back again. Tomorrow. Is it? When did I say? I made an announcement. I just literally copied last week's. Yeah, apparently I'm back here tomorrow. Apparently so. I've told everyone I'll be back here tomorrow, so apparently I'm back here tomorrow. So we've got London trading room with the crew tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. And we will be back tomorrow for New York Open. We're going to trade New York Open on a live stream because I never rest for you guys. And I love it. It's great. and I love all of you. So thank you very much. Again, I've said that a million and 1 trillion times.
It's great.
Please do hit the like button if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Cool. Bye-bye.